Okay, I think we're defending most suited kings here. It's a pretty unbelievable flop for our hand. I get to 1/3 size on this board. I think we have to have some check raises. Probably don't need to go huge with our check raise. We get to bet quite a bit on this board. I guess we have backdoor flush draw. That's really the only thing we have going for us. But it's really hard for big blind to really have much on this board. It's really betting at high frequency. Okay, we get called. The king is a better card for us. We don't have a great kicker. Don't really want to keep barreling. It sucks to get check raised in this spot. We have enough showdown value. We don't need a ton of protection. There's not a lot of cards that are going to kill us. Okay, it's a small size. We're definitely going to be raising. Question is, how much are we going to be raising? When he calls our flop bet, it's possible he has a 10. Or if we can just raise huge. Maybe we should raise smaller and try to get called by something that's not a 10. I just don't really see I think this is probably just a little bit too big. Like, I don't really see us getting called by much. He's thinking for a while makes me think he really does have a 10. I don't see him folding a 10, so maybe it's a good bet. I wish I had the option to see what he called me with, but not on ignition. As far as I know, right? Nope. Definitely gonna be calling here. They 5 suited, blind versus blind. This flop's not bad for us, actually. This is a spot where we want to stab. I think we could probably get away with stabbing here with our back doors. Depends on small blind strategy. If he's range checking, then we should not be stabbing. It's really hard to know if he's range checking, so maybe we shouldn't be stabbing. Against a raise of this size, we need to call about 4 into 17. It's like 25%. We have some backdoor equity, but that's really the only thing we have going for us. We are in position. I think we go ahead and call. Huh. I'm tempted to bet again, but I think like that's a really bad card for us, the king. Up here, I think we're just gonna try to get to showdown, or maybe we can try to bet for value here. So yeah, he's got some king X. When he checks, I just don't think we can fold this hand here. Check raise flop. I really don't know what to do here. 8 into a pot that'll be about 32, so it's 25. We need to be at 25% of the time. For this bet size, I mean, maybe we just throw it away. Check raise flop. He could be doing that with clubs. Could be doing it like ace king. Oh, we should be check raising with ace king. Probably shouldn't have too many kings in his check raising range. Shouldn't have queen 10 in his check raising range either. At least I don't think so. Okay, under the gun, seems fine. Okay, I don't really see a reason for us to bet this hand here. It's pretty stable, not very vulnerable. I guess like big blind has more hearts than we do, but that's fine. Okay, it's a pretty big bet here. Second pair, don't really have any relevant blockers. I guess we unblock some bluffs. Maybe we call once and then reevaluate river. So I guess as played, we don't have very many flushes here. Villain checks. I just don't think, I think it'd be a little bit too thin to bet this hand. So we're just gonna check back. Then we can probably stab here. I don't like when he checks behind after limping. I just don't think he has very, he just mostly is, just has air in his range. Okay, it's quite a large ISO. Makes sense though. He's got a weaker player here who limped, and he's gonna ISO to 5. Looks like this guy, well, who knows, 6 hands. We're going to be putting on probably a pretty hefty squeeze, I think, with our hand. Although our hand doesn't hate going multi-way. And it would kind of suck to have to just get it in here, but yeah, I think if we raise the size, we're probably just gonna have to get it in if we do get re-raised. So yeah, okay. And I don't expect to get any action once the original raiser folds. But of course we do. Okay, so with this SPR, I think he's likely to play worse against a check here. There's no real need to, there's no rush to get the money in. I guess I could bet small as well. We're gonna be not playing ace jack off out of position. How do we play this hand now that we've checked? I guess we just check call. Okay, does this hand play better as a check or a jam? He does have a jack, he'll be checking behind. He has air. He may not fire even if he has air is what I was gonna say. So we'll just put the bet out. Okay, I think we can probably check raise this board. 2 overs, backdoor flush, backdoor straight. He shouldn't have too many super strong hands on this board. It's the pre-flop raiser. He definitely has the advantage in the over pairs, hands like that. Okay, we improved to open-ended. He has probably some better queen X than we do. Well, he definitely has better queen X than we do. But I think we probably get to stab sometimes on this card. I'm actually not 100% sure. This is probably a hand worth reviewing. Tag hand in progress, review. Okay, so he goes ahead and calls. It kind of makes me think he does have a queen X type hand. Jack 10 might just be a mandatory bluff though. This is probably like, this is close to the bottom of our range here. Guess we should have thought how many, if we had relevant blockers to the 8, but I guess we block the nut straight, which is all right. Okay, against a weaker player. I think we are just going to be betting small on this board here. We're doing great on this board. I think we can just range bet really, and we have some back doors if we do get called. It's a pretty big check raise. I think we're just gonna have to fold. Okay, here again, we get a really awkward 3-bet size from looks to be a weaker player, and then a jam from what's likely a weaker player. I don't think we can fold this hand. Do we want to just flat? I don't know, does that entice him? Well, I think that's fine. I actually don't know. So we made it 2.5 and he made it 9. It's probably a bit steep. We don't really want to play out of position. This hand's pretty easy to play. Maybe that's a hand we should be calling. You know, if we flop good, we're probably really good. Okay, 2.5. Looks to be a weaker player. We got another weaker player in the big blind, but we're going to go to 10 and just call it off if he jams. Against this sizing, with no backdoor potential or anything, I think it's just a fold. Oh, we got a 2.5, big blind goes to 11. We're in position, but it's pretty big sizing, and our hand is easily dominated and offsuit, and it's kind of a garbage hand, to be honest. Makes a great open, but not going to continue with it after that. We jack off, I guess from the hijack, we can open this hand. It's probably one of the weaker hands we're opening from the hijack, if I can remember correctly. Okay, yeah, we're opening it always, and sometimes queen 10 even. It's a really small open. It's just, oh, we have a terrible player in a hand. I don't know. I think this hand's just too trash. Probably could have considered 3-betting there. I bet this guy's probably opening pretty light with this player in a big blind. Use a delayed c-bet strategy here. Once players check twice. I don't think that range is very protected in this pool. Man, we are getting a great price here. Sucks to play offsuit hands out of position. I think I'm just gonna fold and just avoid the whole thing. Okay, with the player sitting out, this is an open. It's essentially the hijack. Okay, weaker player cold calls out of the small blind. How do we get the most money in here? It's pretty hard for him to miss his flop entirely. So I think we are going to be betting. If I bet 4, then I'll make the pot 16 and I'll have 18 left. I guess we're gonna have to size up. I think we're just gonna try to get stacks in here with ace 10. Maybe we shouldn't. Maybe I should just check there. Bet he plays worse against a check. So I have pretty much no flushes here. Call them. Spicy. What? Oops. Here's to hoping it folds around. I think we could actually range bet this board for a small size. We actually have some backdoor potential here, and our hand is very weak. We're certainly at the bottom of our range. We have all of the better pairs. Do we give up? I think we give up. Not the best card for us. Probably have to size down a bit. Fucking misclick cost us 2 bets. Maybe should have gone for it there in the end. Sizing up with 2 limpers. Ooh, a limp jam. We have to call 50 into 110. Limp jams are pretty strong. Can he be doing this with jacks or queens? Queen 10. That's interesting. Very interesting. Here, we 3-bet. This board's okay. It's not the best for us. I think we just have to be kind of cautious. Pick up an open ender, which is nice. I think it's a 3rd pot size. With our open ender and our ace high, we're definitely not folding. Another 3rd pot size. I don't think ace high is going to be worth a call here. 8 into 40, 20%. Yeah, I just don't think so. Not with ace 10. Although having the 10 is nice. really weird 3-bet size. It makes me think is either a misclick or this player is just a bad player. We're in position, but there's a lot of flops that suck for us. I think we are going to go ahead. 4-bet. That's one of the flops that sucks for us. So yeah, we don't really gain a lot by betting here. I guess I could see betting small being a play. We could maybe bet small, but I don't know. His range is some like big aces and then like some 10s and 9s and 8s. That was like the worst card maybe for us. Just gonna say I'd be surprised to see him bet on the ace. Because it is just better for us, I think. As played, like what hand? Ace queen would make some sense for him. We block ace jack, we block 10 jack. Guess he could have a hand like queen queen and have been trapping us. What other things to consider? We just have to let it go. I think we're gonna be check raising this board. I don't know about that hand. Okay, here he ISOs the weaker looking player. We have a great hand. We don't mind if the fish comes along, so we'll be flatting. I think I could consider 3-betting this hand. It'd be much more likely to 3-bet it if it was the button who had opened. Half pot size on this board. I guess he's saying he's not betting this board 100% of the time. Unless he's just range betting half pot, which would probably be a big mistake on this board. 7s, out of position. There's just not too many runouts that we would continue on. I don't know, that one's close too, I think. I think maybe that Jack hand, they might have just had a monster. Kings or queens. Oh, we did it. I can turn this treadmill off. All right, so out of position, normally we'd be playing pretty cautiously. This guy's a clear fish. We have some good equity, so we're going to be betting. I guess we could have planned a check raise. Maybe that was the better play. Check raise, probably. Should have considered that. Oh no, what's going on here? My desk is broken. Come on, buddy. Shit. Sucks. I think with some weaker players at the table, I can open his hand pretty comfortably. Do we open his hand? Maybe. Do we 3-bet this hand? Do we cold call this hand? I'd love to. Let's try it out. Let's try it out. Let's see if we torch all of our big blinds. Okay, he's got to be playing very cautiously against a cold call. So we can probably ISO with king four. Maybe that's a bit loose. He's probably playing a bit cautiously, so we can't just start betting right away. He's got to be checking a ton. Probably not going to be opening that hand. We'll be opening that one. We'll be opening this one if it folds to us. Not going to be 3-betting. That's a bit excessive. Against a full sized, we're going to be calling less. And then some of the hands that we would be mixing, we're just going to be 3-betting at full frequency. I think this probably is good enough. Good enough. Oh, actually, no. Ace check off is obviously not the strongest, but it definitely plays better as a 3-bet than a flat, that's for sure. This flop's better for us than it is for him. He shouldn't have many 7x. Obviously, we don't either, but we are uncapped. I don't think we get to have big. I think the sizing here is 1/3, and I think with our backdoors, we're okay to bet. We're probably bet check. Okay, so he should be defending pretty wide here, like most pairs. Even some like ace kings, ace queens, some big aces. Most pairs and some big aces. So some 10x as well. Our hand is hand is probably a little too weak to try to show down. It's what I would guess in this spot. He's obviously got some draws as well. Maybe we don't have enough equity to be barreling there. Ow, fuck. All right, we're gonna call it.